Being a market participant, a trader or investor can be a very humbling experience. And even though a lot of people haven't really learned that over the past 10 to 15 years because we've had such a raging U.S. equity bull market, it ultimately does not make exceptions. And I just wanted to give you a quick reminder of where shares of Tesla are and where shares of NVIDIA are for perspective, because I think it's getting a bit lost in translation in the newfound bullishness again, which actually in many ways actually does make sense for maybe other reasons that people think. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here's Tesla, and you can see shares of Tesla are right now more or less at the same spot as they were in the late part of 2021. So that's around there. So if we look at that in performance terms, what you will find here is that if you look at the red line, you can see that basically since November 2021, so a number of years now, shares of Tesla are now either up a little bit or down a little bit, or let's call it flat, right? For all the hoopla of how bullish the story is on Tesla, the reality is the stock is flat. What's interesting to me is that a lot of the people that are bullish on Tesla have more of a trading mindset than an investing mindset, which makes it all the more weird because the trading mindset tends to think of constantly every day up and up and up, yet the stock now for years has exactly done not that, right? At the same time, from an investment perspective, the stock's now, again, flat for a number of years. That is testing a lot of people's patience. And so I just want to remind people that the stock hasn't done anything. There's so many better things, even just the NASDAQ 100, which is the other chart that you see here on this picture here, or on this chart, which is over the course of that period that I'm showing here, 2021, November 2021 to now, is up 32% or so. So again, it just tells you that the individual stock picking game is a very difficult one. And again, I think a lot of people are mistaking the broader market melt up and a lot of fiscal, spending with their genius to pick stocks. And it shows when even something like Tesla, which is, again, one of the most bullish stories in many people's minds, right, is literally not going anywhere. Now, let's talk about NVIDIA quickly, which, of course, over the course of multiple years has done extremely well. And it's a great company. There's no doubt about it. But I do here, too, would like to remind people that this stock, and I do this often with our clients, this stock is now back to where it was in June of last year, right? So that is about 11 months of going sideways. Now, this is stock never going to go higher again? No, that's not my call. I'm simply pointing out that this stock has not done anything for 11 months. And again, for all the people constantly looking at this stock going up and up, it hasn't done anything in 12 months. So again, my point is having perspective and looking for opportunities where there are opportunities, and not only look for the 2 or 3 stock that everyone's talking about it all day long, is, I think, a superior way of making money in the markets. And quite frankly, a lot of times playing the themes rather than the individual stocks is, to me, a much more repeatable process, because if we have to constantly pick individual stocks, the odds of picking an idiosyncratic risk problem as opposed to the right theme is much higher than I think people believe or are made to believe, particularly here after a 15-year bull market. So we're going to talk about how to pick the right themes, how to pick the right sectors, how to pick the right industry groups. I'll show you guys exactly how we do that, and we have a proprietary software that we like to do that with. We'll see you guys in that webinar session this week.
If this video helped you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, you give us a thumbs up, like, and if you want to see this approach in action, you will want to join us in our Set the Market morning call, which happens at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday through Thursday. Make sure you join us for that in the link down below. Again, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.